How to catch gang stalkers by law enforcement. Here we go. Number one, in unusual places where usually nobody's there, but you go there daily or regularly, and usually in that corner or on that side, usually nobody sit down or something like that. You will see sometimes these people come in and they'll go strictly this way. They never look at you, but they go like this. If you see somebody with a text messaging or pretending like doing something, not even looking around, but really focus on their phone, something is wrong. All right. Tip number two, they never look at you like that, but they will always make sure that they look around like this. They will always make sure that they look around. That's it. Tip number three, they will use multiple catchphrases. Do not get fooled by the catchphrase. They will say, yeah, I heard Mike robbed the bank, like that, even though you did not rob the bank. But they will still use those catchphrases like, oh, you know what? I heard he kidnapped his ex-girlfriend. XYZ does not flush the bathroom or clean the bathroom like that, like all of a sudden out of nowhere. Or you know what? He have a drinking problem. So that person I think also have a drinking problems, and he's also very negative. They'll use this catchphrase in different locations to play this mind game. Tip number 3 or 4, I don't know. Next tip is they will follow you around and they will test you if you go to the same place or same location over and over. And they're looking for crimes, right? They want to know if you stop doing what you were doing. So you should not stop what you're doing. If you go on the hallway in the dark place, you keep doing that. If you love to sit down on the parking lot, you sit down on the parking lot at the same time at midnight. No problems, right? You know what you're doing. Next tip, how to catch these gang stalkers is make sure if you park your car or if you have your home, whatever situation, make sure you seal thing up. Make sure your door is locked. Make sure your window is locked when you're not home. Make sure your car is sealed up. Sometime on hot days, we keep the windows open so the air will comes in and it doesn't feel so hot. You should still close it all the way airtight. You might have a chopstick that might get melted, or you might have a Vaseline or cream that might get melted, but you have to be careful. Even though if you have a pen, it might get super hot. You want to put everything airtight, air sealed, because they might plant something inside your car to make you the accusations, to put you on fault. Next tip, they might use any girl, they might use any sort of girl in any age. All right, do not get fooled by that, and they might use that against you, so you have to be careful. All right, whatever girl it is, how you talk, what they do, they will put you, or they will set you, they will try to set you up however they're possible, and they will try to set you up at multiple times. Even though you never did something or you never do something or even think something like that, they'll probably put you on the dark on an unusual time. Some beautiful girl gonna show up on that time, any age, just so you know. Just to see what you do. That's it, and you have to do your best to beat that mind games. Next tip, the eye contact game. The eye contact game. They will look at you and they will look away. They will look at you, they will look away. When you're looking like this, like you're looking from this side to this side, this side, this side, this side, and then when you look right there, right at that person, they look away like that. Mind games. Stop doing that. Do not get fooled by that. Something is wrong. This is the next one. Watch out with your phone and emails. Don't open every text messages. Do not open every emails. Do not open every messages if you're not expecting one. Okay? Don't get fooled by all the phone calls. Do not get fooled by anybody that's calling. Next tip, when you by yourself on a car, if somebody did a little quick swing by you or waiting for you and then just left, don't go all curious and look for that person back. Be like, oh, who is that person? Why that person just standing there and then he just left or she just left? They're looking for you. Next tip, usually if you go for walking or go for jogging, an unusual time, you don't usually see anybody like that, but they might put a very nice looking person with a very good outfits, or somebody who could be a very older person on that dark night, and make them walk right in front of you. So they will be walking forward front of, and you already started walking before, but when you walk, you will see that somebody's right next to you. They want to know how much far you go. They also want to know are you gonna be making the same turn as them. They want to know, are you gonna be watching their turn and you're gonna follow their turn. It could be a man or girl. Who knows? Don't get all curious or too curious to know who's walking. And usually that person who's walking or who's doing the jogging at that location you never see that person. Usually you're the only one person who do walking at nighttime. Nobody else do the walking. So be very careful on that. Next tip, careful from the scam calls. Careful from any message that might tell you to input informations. Careful if there's any text message where somebody might put their name, a full name, because they want to know what you're going to do with that full name. How about that? If you see a $20 bill, if you see a weed, if you see any other sort of drugs or anything on your way, it will go obviously on your way. Do not pick it up, do not even touch, do not even do anything. All right, and that's just a part of the story, right? In future videos I'm going to be making much more details, right? But for now, this is the most important video that you can think of, because nobody else is making the video. I'm the first person who's making the video. All credit goes to me. Look at me, how cute I am. The model guy, look at me, one guy with 15 channels. I'm so amazing. Look at me. That's it. Oh, one more bonus. If you're on the window chairs, if you're sitting on the window tables or anything, usually there's no car at that location, but that car just waiting there, right? And that car might have a police light or not. It doesn't have to have a police light, but if that car, let's say if you're in a rural life, countryside, or if you're in a countryside of McDonald's and you're there and you see in the parking lot, there's usually nobody there, no cars, but there's one car facing right at you, and you're on the window seats and facing right at you and just not leaving. And that car that's parked could be in a handicapped parking, or it could be even no parking zone, and that person's waiting there. And then the funny part is, you will see he or she might be looking at you, but then most cases they're not looking. They're just gonna be like this the whole time. They're gonna pretend like they're texting, right? But your face is like you're right there on the front, and he's like right there, or she could be right there, but they're just doing like this. It could be a mother who's doing that, who's playing that informal roles, but they're just not gonna look at you. They're gonna pretend like this the whole time. The way they act is gonna look like, you know what, they're getting paid, but they don't have to do their job. They're not even checking at you. And then all of a sudden you're gonna see somebody else gonna come in, and then they will leave. So they're swapping the person. Unusual time, a car that's waiting there for a long time. That's it. Bonus. Peace out. Stay curious. Only my channels, my friend. Definitely press the like and subscribe button. I have 100 more topics coming. I also made a similar topics about this if you want to take a look at my previous channels. Peace out.